beyond Santa Cruz.
Mr. Jacoby and Mr. Walsh.
Hello.
Hello,
Miss
Rachel.
How's it going? I'm good.
He's fine. It's his birthday tomorrow.
I know it's his birthday tomorrow. You looking at my phone? No.
No, I was just turning the volume.
Thank you.
Because
you know how
I'm
to do that?
that kind of guy.
Well, you didn't, though. I think you turned
Well,
it
I didn't
on.
say I was doing it right.
Oh, yeah. I think you got close. This is the kind of phone you have, too. This is we put silent on just now.
Do we?
That's good.
Did we have a decent 4th of July?
It was decent, yeah.
Boy, it was like Vietnam out there.
Oh, my
I
God.
was-
So many
Salinas,
fireworks.
we could hear all the fireworks from Chular.
Huh.
And the dogs were freaking.
Yep.
I don't get it. Do you like fireworks? Do you like to blow them off?
No.
Blow 'em
no.
up?
I blow people
Blow
off.
them up?
But no.
I have no interest in lighting something on fire.
Nope, not fun.
Oh, don't get me
really-
wrong. I'd set buildings on fire.
I have no interest in arson of any kind.
Yeah.
I
Well,
really don't.
Who's going to admit that they do?
I suppose not,
one.
but I just don't understand it whatsoever.
Welcome to Raising the Standards. Good show today. Dr. John is going he forgot about us last week.
He did.
He wasn't
It
delivering a
happened.
baby. It wasn't any good excuse.
Well,
he says, I just forgot.
But he was on call. I heard you
Yet
say that he was
a
on call.
phrase you don't want to hear from your doctor. I forgot.
I forgot.
How'd that biopsy turn out? I
forgot.
I didn't turn it in. Well, we had a nice 4th of July at Rancho Cielo, the Veterans Transition Center benefit. I'm sorry you guys didn't make it.
I know.
But it was a good. I'll tell you, Eliza's group is
She's
terrific.
so cool.
Oh,
I know.
they were great, and it was a very moving day, particularly for me. When I was a kid in Midwest, 4th of July, which it still is, was a huge day. But I used to always go with my father to parades and to the events. And my father passed away on the 4th of July.
Oh. Really?
So it's been years, but still, it really hasn't meant much to me until
that makes
this
sense.
year. And this year was just marvelous, and all of us working with the veterans, and Congressman Panetta was there, and Carolyn Sills was wonderful, as was
Love it.
Casey Frazier. It was a good day was had by all.
I love. I was on my way to somewhere on the 4th. I was on my bike, and one thing I do love about the 4th is it's where you run into like your insurance agent, and he's wearing like a wife beater and like cut off shorts with the American flag on them, and like drinking a beer at 9 a.m. And you're like, oh.
Yeah.
This is how he celebrates freedom.
This is freedom right here.
Yeah,
this is
freedom.
it all just in a bottle.
Time
you know?
to negotiate your policy.
It's really quite. Oh, okay.
I think you would have the upper hand in that one.
That's right.
Yeah, it's just cool. It's like, all right, cool.
Indeed.
We're loose today.
See the guy in Salinas, I think, blew his hand off.
Oh God.
Then there was a guy, I saw it on
So
Facebook, there was a
scary.
guy who had a top hat, and he put the fireworks on top of his hat.
Oh my God.
Because this doesn't end well, trust me.
No.
But let's just put it this way, the hat was gone.
Oh, yeah, I would bet.
From the neck up. So it was not a good day. Also, we'll hear from our old pal, John Fitzpatrick, from the Eliza Jane Hotel, where he's the concierge in New Orleans. And it's, boy, I've heard great things about this hotel. I'm really excited.
Yeah.
I'm going to be there in December. So we'll talk to John. What else we got? We've got a great weekend liner notes today.
good.
Manny Potemkin. And it's just wonderful. His version that he did on Letterman of Over the Rainbow, they'll knock your socks off.
Yeah.
It's wonderful.
Good.
Did you watch it yet?
No, not
What?
yet.
You're driving me crazy.
Not yet,
We're
I
still
know.
talking about Unfrosted. Did
Yes,
you watch
we are.
it?
Yeah, I watched
And
it.
you
Oh,
liked
yeah,
it, right?
Brandon's
I loved
really
it.
I
good
thought it
about
was-
following directions. He
What's
is.
that?
Brandon's a little better about
He
following
is.
directions.
He is. Well, he's got Netflix.
You know.
The world-
He's definitely got
the world's his oyster.
No, and now you're
now.
talking about all these other platforms, and he's going, "Well, I just got Netflix. Leave me, cut me a break."
That's
here.
right.
Can't catch
He
a
is.
break.
He is binging it. Put the food under the door, Mom.
Oh, good for
Just
you,
leave it. I'm
Brandon.
watching.
Yeah, Doug and I just watched Netflix
Good
together.
for
That's what we
you.
do.
That's right. The dog's gone out. Can we? Not Steinfeld again. Actually, I'm watching. Bodkin.
I know you.
Dude, I told you about that.
Bodkin, yeah.
It's really terrific about a podcaster. We talked about it last week in Ireland. And it's like there aren't enough podcasters in
I
the world.
know. I'll check that.
And I started watching Eric with Benedict
Cumberbatch.
Cumberbatch is. I thought it was Dennis
Quaid.
Dennis Quaid at first. They look alike.
Oh yeah, they do. A
They
little
look
bit.
very much alike. And I said, I really don't like Dennis Quaid as an actor, and he's doing a good job in this. And I realized that's not him.
He has an accent.
Yeah, that's not him. But it's very interesting. You'd enjoy it.
I started a new show.
What's that?
With Jennifer Garner. Let me
Oh,
look.
it's good to watch it with a celebrity.
Yeah, well, she's one of the
Oh, no,
best.
you didn't watch it with Jennifer Garner.
She
no.
is such a beautiful, beautiful
Who was she married
woman.
to?
Ben Affleck for a long time.
Well, yeah,
I
but
thought.
no longer. I don't think she's...
No. Affleck marries, what's her name?
J-Lo.
You know,
Every 2 days.
I think she may be surviving without a husband.
Yeah.
Which is shocking. It's hard to believe that
You've,
that
do-
would happen.
you've done well.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes you can survive. The show is
fine.
called The Last Thing He Told Me.
Oh, yeah. I guess I read something about that.
And you know who's in it is, Game of Thrones. You didn't watch Game of Thrones, huh?
No.
No, interesting. That would take
Which is why I
you-
kept calling it Game of Thorns.
That
remember?
would be like your next Suits if you started
Is
Game
it?
of Thrones. I mean, you could
Yeah,
tuck into it for 6 months. Brandon,
Yeah.
did you not watch Game of Thrones either?
No.
Really? Is it because it's too violent?
No,
Yeah, and I think it's kind of boring.
well, he is. He's very pro dragon.
He likes the dragons. And you know what? They do not have any kind of insurance for the dragons. We don't know if they're paid well enough.
Oh no.
Their dressing rooms are probably not very nice.
No.
So I'm glad you're taking a stand.
You know, I'm glad you brought that up because we were talking about liner notes with Over the Rainbow.
Mm-hmm.
Did you know that Toto was paid more than the Munchkins?
No.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
They came up a little short.
That's
but
pretty wild.
Yeah.
Well,
That's
the guy
it.
that's in the show with Jennifer Garner is from Game of Thrones, but you guys wouldn't know.
No, we wouldn't.
You know, so
We're
like
all
it's
on
really-
different. You know, we share so much, but we're all on different ships.
Yeah, we're all on different
Isn't
ships,
that
but he's fantastic. And Jennifer Garner, I mean, one of
Yeah.
the most beautiful women. She's so striking. You know, she's just a strikingly beautiful woman.
I always loved that she did those commercials with her dad. I don't know if you remember
Oh
those.
yeah, she's really tight.
Yeah,
with her
for Capital One.
parents. Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, she still does. She's still doing Capital One.
Yeah,
isn't
she still does those, but there was like a timeline where she was doing it with her dad.
Yeah, she's really tight
yeah.
with her parents.
Yeah.
Good, good.
It's really cool.
Well, looks like Dr. John may be delivering another pseudo
Maybe he's
baby
delivering
again.
a baby.
Maybe.
That's important.
Perhaps
Babies
the
are good.
Do you wanna
dingo's got your baby.
Do you want to try plugging your phone in? You can call him.
Nope. He'll call us
No.
if he's ready. But I'll tell you what, we've got a little Gil Scott Heron ready
Okay,
for you,
let's start that
and
puppy
one
on.
of my favorite performers, and a bit of Hello Sunday, Hello Road. You're listening to Raising the Standards, the Internet's finest hour.
Oh,
Anywhere.
anywhere.
You got one line. He's getting ready for his birthday.
I did scare you though. I'm sorry.
That's okay. I was on the spot. I tried.
Yeah, yeah. Agent told me where I'm going, and Tom and Kegley got the map. And the Steelers on my color TV, and Henry riding in my lap. Said hello Sunday, hello road. Lord, what would my grandma say to see me out here loving music so much that I live this way? But then again, she's right here with me, watching every place I go. Whoa, did you tell me it was my move road. Manager we had just couldn't manage you. So midnight man is right along. And it's got me out here with my brothers. And that's the thing that keeps me strong. Say hello Sunday, hello road. Seems like we're coming up on a town. And the children on their way to Sunday school. And I'm tipping my hat to Miss Chocolate Brown. And it was on a Sunday I met my old man. I was 26 years old. Oh, and it was much too late to speculate. I said hello Sunday, hello road. Hello Sunday, hello road. And I've been digging life through my window. And that's the way it's always been. The snow in Nashville, rain in Philly. No matter, get back on the bus again. Say hello Sunday, hello road. Don't get down, try the optimistic side. Cause me and Stick done seen a lot of babies dancing to the bottle while we ride. It sure enough good being with the brothers. Carry good news wherever we go. Yeah, but let me get myself together, man. Say hello Sunday, hello road. Sunday, hello road.
Great skill, Scott Herron. I love that guy, and what a remarkable talent. Dr. John is with us. Hello, Dr. John. How are you?
He's in the house, man.
You.
How are you, buddy?
Pretty good. How are you?
Did you just declare the time of death as 12:17 and got on the phone?
Oh my gosh, stop.
I got to run.
No. Nothing like
interview.
that. Everybody's still alive today.
Good. Dr. John Clark from Prime Care making a house call, and we do appreciate it. Let me first ask, Rachel would know this, what's the injecting thing in your stomach for weight loss?
Ozempic.
Mm-hmm. Ozempic. Now,
among others. Yeah, that's
among
the
others.
most common one.
Semaglutide, right? Semaglutide?
And that's the one that now they're thinking causes blindness. Yeah, that there's no. Seriously, there have been some studies. No, this is not a setup. Although it would be because you wouldn't eat if you couldn't see the food. But that's not my point. So, what do you think of this stuff?
Such mixed reviews.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Yeah.
Okay, so a couple of super general principles. It's a really good question, and I'm having this discussion commonly with patients that are coming in. So the first thing to know, any medical intervention has risks. End of story. Done. Like taking a Tylenol for a headache, there's risks of that, right? If you read the package insert and see the things that can happen when you take a Tylenol, you can be regaled with all of the things that can happen. So any medicine has risks. Any medical intervention has risks. There are benefits, right? We give medications and things not, for fun, but we do it for, some sort of medical indication. So it's always a risk-benefit equation. So we would like high benefit, low risk, but it's never going to be 100% benefit, zero risk.
But it does beg the question: is this high risk, low benefit?
Correct. So these medications in general are fairly low risk and significant benefit as far as weight loss and things. Another thing that's super important to recognize with these medicines is that the medicines don't make you lose weight. Never have, never will. So taking the medicine itself is not going to change your weight at all. What they do is they tend to slow down your intestines, make you feel a little fuller. They tend to have some central effect on your brain that suppresses appetite. So what happens when those two things happen is you eat less. It's the eating less that makes you lose weight. It's not taking the medicine per se. So there's always the balance between calories taken in and calories from food. Taking the medicine and then not changing anything else in your life is not going to work. You have to eat less. People can overeat the medicine easily if they don't actually change their lifestyle and then begin to eat less. So as I tell patients, like, look, it's the eating less that does it. The medicine's going to help you eat less, but you got to have that in your mind. So because of that slowing down of the intestines, the most common side effect of the medicine is this intestinal upset, kind of nauseousness, and whatnot that happen because of that slowing down of the intestinal transit time. That's the most common one. There are a bunch, and you can, if you read the drug insert, there's plenty more than blindness and things like that are associated with on that list. And again, that's a medical
there's
legal
more.
list.
That's scary.
Yeah, there's more.
Will I go
But,
blind?
I mean, again,
That's the good news.
Yeah, but again, your chance of getting those is low. Your chance of having them suppress your appetite and you eating less and losing weight is relatively high. So I think it's a reasonable risk benefit for the medications, as long as we're not, and what happens with these new medicines is that they, as Ozembic's gone through this over the last, I'm going to call it year and a half. It breaks upon the market. Everybody, it's like, makes you lose weight. It's great. Everything's no problem. And you get this big kind of cultural froth around it. Everybody's trying to get it going on it. And then suddenly you have a bunch of people going on it. And turns out some of them start getting the side effects that we know of. And then that goes out into the cybersphere. And then, oh my gosh, they're called, it's going to cause this. Oh, it causes this. And then you get this big negative kind of thing on the other side because people are saying, oh, it's not the perfect medicine. And from a medical perspective, we didn't think it was a perfect medicine to begin with.
Right.
It has a risk-benefit equation. You just have to be sober about it. And use it judiciously. And remember, it was originally designed for diabetes, and it works, good for diabetes. There's these new formulations for, just weight loss in themselves. Same molecule, different indications. The latest one that's going through this whole cultural froth thing right now is the Zepbound, right? That's the Mounjaro, which is the diabetes medicine. The Zepbound is the weight loss one, which probably works a little bit better than Ozempic, honestly. But on the same order. And so now that's the one that everybody wants to go on because it's the one that's perfect. It doesn't have any side effects. You get everything. And I keep telling people, okay, don't say that. It has side effects. So read the thing. So just be sober about it. Risk, benefits, watch out for the side effects. You have to use it judiciously. But we're currently on the positive froth side of the Mounjaros and the Zepbound, which about a year from now you're going to start hearing about, oh my gosh, this medicine, makes you grow horns or something. I don't know what's going to be said, but and it's terrible, and it's the drug companies, the old drug companies that are trying to, whatever. And, so this is going to keep going. But yeah, that's kind of where we're at the moment.
Well, I kind of wonder too, Dr. Clark, if it's how it's used. Like I could see if someone truly has an obesity problem that's affecting their health, where it feels like, the amount that they would have to lose, or the amount that they are being told that they need to lose, just feels insurmountable. I could see how this would be a great. I mean, I think that's so great. As one of those, I had eating disorders for many years, and so when I was in all of this, I did a lot of like group therapy and stuff like that, and I've since run into some of the people that I was in group therapy with, and they're all on it. And it's they are not fat at all. They are not overweight. They're maybe they want to lose like 5 pounds. So I just wonder. I think in some instances it's probably super helpful.
Well, particularly if you own a guide dog in spandex, I would think it would be terrific.
I don't know. It's just sometimes
I think it's, So here's the thing. It's from a medical perspective. You're talking to a doctor. Okay, so you're not talking to a Hollywood producer or anything like that. So you're talking to a doctor. So for me, this is health.
Yeah,
we're focusing on health. So turns out obesity is not healthy. There's a lot of negative things that happen with obesity. So when I talk to patients about the medicine, it's like, I'm not trying to get you to lose weight per se. I'm trying to get you to be healthier. So let's focus on health. Part of that may be, you're 50 pounds overweight, and losing that's going to help you, prevent arthritis in your knees and your ankles and your back. It's going to help you prevent diabetes. It's going to help prevent blood pressure. It's going to do all those good things, but it's not the weight. It's, we don't use the F word, right? That's just not a medical thing. It's interesting. I use the term, obesity sometimes, because that's a medical term that has a medical calculus to it. You take somebody's height and weight and you calculate it in your BMI, and then you use that to associate your BMI with health related outcomes and things like that. So, but I use that term and I get these my chart, things back. Oh my gosh, you called me obese.
Yeah.
How could you do that? You called me fat. It's no, I used obesity. No, you called me fat. No, I used the term, but it's a medical term.
Right.
And people are super upset when they use that. It's no, I mean, this is a health issue. It's a medical issue. We're focusing not on, fat, thin, whatever. We're focusing on health and trying to be healthy. And by the way, part of that is not just taking a pill and then carrying on with your life like nothing else changed. You probably want to be eating a good, healthy diet, getting some exercise, taking care of it, et cetera, and all the other stuff that goes into health that, apart from just the medicine.
Well, if there's anyone listening that is wondering whether we're talking to a real doctor or not, let me point out that he actually said if you eat less, you lose weight.
Yeah.
If there's one thing you
that.
take away from the program today,
Weird.
and this is good. I almost rang the bell. He used the word froth 3 times. I haven't heard the word froth since Game of Thrones, actually.
You learn something every day.
And he used that. Is great.
Cultural. I use cultural froth.
Oh, there's 4 times.
These fancy words.
I see someone else is looking at the Reader's Digest in your waiting room, and I admire that. Anyway, John, it's good to talk to you. Did you? We've just got one more minute. Did you deliver that baby?
I did, yes. Had to use a vacuum. So that was pretty rough there at the end. But we did a little pushing and pulling together. But we got the baby out. So
and mother and child healthy?
Out. Yes, they're doing well. Good. Very happy.
So sometimes they just want to stay in there.
They do.
It's kind of cozy in there.
Remember, John, if she asks, how do I lose this baby weight? Tell her to eat less.
Yes.
John Clark from Pun.
All right, guys.
We'll talk to you soon, buddy. Love you. Take care.
Take care.
All right, guys. Stay healthy, you guys.
Thank you.
All right, bye.
Bye.
Froth.
Yeah.
Use that for rabid animals.
Cultural froth.
It's educated.
Yeah. Have you heard that
animal.
before, Brandon? I'd never heard that.
Never in a sentence.
Cultural froth.
I've certainly never heard it 3 times.
I know. No, I saw you starting to get agitated.
It's one of those words you look up. I got to use this in conversation today.
Isn't that a Seinfeld joke where George is trying to use a new word?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That used to be a big. Did you ever do that when you're in high school and stuff? You go, oh look, I discovered a new word. And you want to use this. I got to use this somehow. And all your friends would go, what?
I noticed it a lot when I was up at UCSC. It was a very, it was kind of like this. Some of the more. Some of the kids in my classes that wanted to sound pretty smart, they would pull out this word, whatever, and throw it into a sentence, and I go, oh, shoot, that guy looked it up this morning. I get it. You got to use it 5 times today. We get it.
Particularly, it's not a verb, pal.
I know. All right. Whatever.
I'm going to talk to John Fitzpatrick in just a second, and you know how this is going to end, is me telling both of you how much you need to go to New Orleans. That's how it always ends.
I know.
Always.
It always ends the
Have
same
you
way.
been, Brandon?
No, never.
You haven't? Okay, so
Yet, with the birthday coming up, the world's his oyster, and in New Orleans. Yes. The whole town's an oyster.
Oh, he has a plan for his birthday. What are you doing for your birthday?
Oh, we're going
Netflix.
to
I'm sorry.
Netflix. In the morning.
In the morning.
But we're going to see an Earthquakes game.
Oh, good. Well, you should have asked me. I have season tickets.
You have season tickets to the
I'll
Earthquakes?
get you some. Call me. And there's something. I'm going to get a bunch of calls. Hi, heard your show.
Hello. We heard that you had season tickets.
The Earthquakes, it's very, very cool. It kind of gives you an idea of how well the team is playing these last few years. What they promote is the longest outdoor bar in North America.
I know. They still do advertise
That's how they advertise it.
The Earthquakes, is that the
Soccer.
game? Well, no, it's soccer, but I feel like that's not the game that years and years ago, Matt and I went to a game. I think you sent us to
it would have been the Earthquakes.
And do you remember how he was so nervous about whether or not there would be fireworks?
Yeah.
And are there fireworks at those games?
No.
Oh, okay. So it must have been a different game. It was like a not big football, but little football game? Is there like a not big, not NFL, but like
There's
little
dwarf football.
No, like lesser football.
Lesser football.
Like arena football?
Maybe it's arena football.
Yes, arena. You went
It
there.
was arena,
There
and they
is
had-
lesser football, by the way, but they moved to Las Vegas.
Oh,
Thank you very much.
He was so nervous about these fireworks, and I kept saying, "What are you talking
Oh,
about?"
because
There's so
and
many
there was.
fireworks.
It's the indoor fireworks.
So many
And
fireworks.
they used to ride motorcycles
He
into the
seriously,
stadium.
he was like, he went into like a little state. Like he had to like plug his ears and bend down, like put his head down. He really didn't like fireworks. It was a really big problem.
that's too bad.
I felt terrible, but how did I know? We didn't know.
Yeah.
I didn't know there were going to be all these fireworks. If you said you're going to a football game, are there going to be fireworks? I would say, why would there be fireworks at a football game? It just didn't. I didn't put the two together.
I know in LA they throw flares onto the stadium.
Wow.
do
Yeah,
they?
it was
Yeah,
not.
in LA for the Galaxy, and I think
Damn it.
LAFC does it too.
Well,
was a surprise.
it's in Portland. Everybody gets really stoned and walks to the
my God.
stadium. I mean, it's like a 2-mile. It's like I was in New York. It'd be like being in Greenwich Village. But everybody is stoned walking
just
to the
called.
stadium. Is he there?
He's there, but just really quickly before
Yeah.
I forget, I did see this thing on the news about the fentanyl, the leaning over. Have you seen people walking totally
Yes.
bent over?
Is that what from fentanyl?
It's from fentanyl because you're in a state of half aware, half not. You're like sort of awake, but not really awake. It's
scary.
It's different states of coherency, and it's crazy because once I heard it on the news, I started noticing it. Now I've seen people walking together and they're bent over.
With
really
us,
scary.
speaking of someone who is very conscious,
I'm
is
very
not halfway conscious.
Coherent, yeah.
I mean, and I got to tell you, John, before we talk about the Eliza Jane, since we posted this on Facebook that we were going to have you on, I had 2 or 3 listeners call me telling me how wonderful the hotel is and that have stayed there.
It's a great place.
So you're going to tell me about that in just a second. What about 4th of July in New Orleans? I'm sure there's a parade. You have parades every 2 hours.
Not so much. What we have is we have 2 fireworks displays, one in City Park the night before, and then on the 4th, we have a big festival on the river, gigantic, wonderful fireworks displays. It's a lot of fun. And, of course, July 4th in New Orleans usually means Essence Festival, which is what's going on right now.
Oh, and what is that? What's the background on that?
Yeah.
Essence,
Yeah.
it's the 30th year for it. It is sponsored by Coca-Cola, Essence Magazine, and it is one of the largest African-American cultural festivals in the country.
Lovely.
There was a
lots
wonderful.
of-
There was a wonderful promotion celebrating Negro baseball league
Right.
before that Giants game.
Yeah,
in Alabama. So okay, since last we spoke, you've had Mardi Gras, and Rachel and I we have a pool going as to how you dressed in drag this year.
Oh, well, actually, wasn't in the cards to do like major drag this year. It was my 60th birthday fell on Mardi Gras.
Oh, isn't that nice?
So
All the more reason
So
to
my
dress
wife-
up in a halter top.
my wife threw me a really nice birthday party at the karaoke bar by the house,
Fun.
and that was a blast. Everybody was in costume, and there was an awful lot of cake and an awful lot of mimosas.
And
So
what
fun.
and what did you sing?
I did White and Nerdy by Weird Al Yankovic.
Oh, good work.
How classic.
I love it.
Speaking
one.
of a radio DJ.
That sounds
I mean, it's
borderline
kind of-
redundant.
It's kind of my theme song, yeah. It is, including, well, I'm not going to get into it. But no, it was a lot of fun. Everybody had a blast.
That's at the restaurant that you sent me to. What's the name of it?
Let's see, which one?
Isn't the karaoke
restaurant?
bar right next to a restaurant
So fun.
near your house?
Oh, yeah. So the karaoke bar is called Cajuns, and the restaurant is Arabella Pasta.
Boy, was that terrific food. That's good. That's the
Great.
thing
It's a
about
great
John.
place.
John knows New Orleans like the back of his hand. I mean, I know
Wow.
it's hyperbole, but he knows it. And you know it all the better, you elegant son of a gun, now, because since you've joined the ranks of the Grand Dame of the Big Easy, the Eliza Jane. Tell me about the property.
Yeah. Well, it's a historic property that is comprised of 10 different buildings that were warehouses in the 19th century, and including the editorial offices of the Daily Picayune newspaper. So it's a big part of the history here. It has beautiful rooms and hallways. The whole decor is designed after the recent remodel to show off the historicity of the building. Lots of the original brick is there, generally dark colors throughout the hallways, and a magnificent courtyard. It's a beautiful place. The number one comment I get from guests is, "I wish I didn't have to leave."
Yeah, yeah. Or pay the bill, but it's just one of those deals. They make you
Well,
go.
that's another matter.
But you're
We're
also,
part-
for folks that are used to, and in the past, because you and I met 4 or 5 years ago, and I've stayed very, very close to Bourbon Street. And it does get a little loud at night. But you guys are like in a great place. It's a hop, skip, and a hurricane from the hotel to Bourbon Street. But you're also so very close to one of my favorite spots on the planet, the World War II, the National World War II Museum.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, and it's probably about halfway between them. And one of the nice things about the Eliza Jane is that it's on Magazine Street in the Central Business District, which means you're only about a 5-minute walk from Canal Street, the main street.
Okay,
so
yeah.
it's really easy to access the streetcars from here and get down to the riverfront and go wherever you want to go.
Now, was there an Eliza Jane?
There was. Eliza Jane Poitvin Nicholson was the first woman to own and publish a major newspaper in the United States.
That's great. Yeah.
Big stuff.
Now, did she publish the Picayune?
She did. She had married Mr. Holbrook, who was the owner of the newspaper, and he was much older than she was, and he died, and she took over, and she took a newspaper that was deeply in debt and brought it up to be the major newspaper in New Orleans, and she did that by hiring an advice columnist, Dorothy Dix. She did it with some very smart work on the social pages. She basically invented the social pages of a newspaper. So she did an amazing job, and unfortunately died rather young, but she is remembered here.
Well, the lovely talented Mrs. Jacoby and I, when we all met, because she was with me, but when she and I met you, we'd come in December, and everybody talks about Mardi Gras, and I'm sure it's marvelous.
Yeah.
But December is this great month in New Orleans. It's not terribly crowded, but the weather's good. The food never changes how great it is. But there's so many events going on and free concerts every night.
So cool.
Talk about and there's the national. People don't realize this, but the National Park Service, New Orleans is a national park, and the service does little meetings and little drum circles and stuff that you can just swing by. And because there are so many great musicians in town, and obviously not enough gigs for everybody, you can see some great people playing at happy hours everywhere.
That's true, and they talk about the music bubbling up from the streets here, and it's true. You can, the French Quarter is kind of like an open-air concert every day. You've got street musicians playing everywhere. So if you don't want to go to a music club or you don't want to go to a big show, concert somewhere, you can simply enjoy the music throughout the French Quarter.
Before I let you go, tell me how many years you've been in a concierge in the New Orleans area?
About 14 years.
14 years. When was the last time that you had an epiphany and came across something and went, "Whoa, I didn't know about this"?
I don't know. That happens to me on a weekly basis.
Yeah.
I think part of my job is people know what a concierge does. I recommend things. I get reservations, arrange transportation, give directions. But actually, quite a lot of what I do is research. And every week I find something that I didn't know. And I publish a weekly newsletter for the guests at the hotel. And they can pick that up when they come in, and it tells them what's going on in town. And that requires a lot of work.
Well, what you bring to the table, no one else is doing. And there's so many hotels that have gone the way of not having a concierge, and I think they're absolutely invaluable if they're there, all the more valuable if they're good, and priceless if they're like you.
Oh, well, thank you. I do want to mention one thing before I go.
No dice.
We have
I'm kidding. Go ahead.
We have a fantastic French restaurant called Couvent attached to the hotel. And we do stuff during the summer when things are slow, so things aren't too crowded, and we have these wonderful rosé in the courtyard things on Thursday nights. And we have the Marseille dinners with rosé and special French dishes on Wednesdays. And there's things like that we do throughout the summer to keep the activity going. And, of course, our bar, the press room, is busy every day. So we're more than just a place to stay. We've got your food and your drink covered, too.
Well, I'll tell you, I'm looking forward to December, to coming back and saying hello and to discovering my new favorite hotel, because what I've heard about it, not only from you, as I say, from listeners, has been just extraordinary. And I'm excited to see the Eliza Jane. Your website is what?
TheElizaJane.com.
See?
Pretty good.
I didn't have to remember that. And it's a terrific website with a great video virtual tour.
And you can also reach us through the Hyatt website. We're part of the Hyatt Unbound collection, which is their branding for destination hotels. Okay. And so we're part of that, too.
John Fitzpatrick, good buddy and a great concierge at a great hotel, the Eliza Jane. Thank you, pal. Talk to you soon.
Take care.
Yes, sir. Talk to you soon.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you.
Bye.
He is so good, as he says. I mean, who do you know that does a newsletter?
No.
I mean,
No one.
Come on.
No
He
one
used a
does
big
that.
word, too.
Yeah, what did he use?
I think he said, well, it was a word I think he said historia or something. It had something to do with history.
Well,
It
John's
was
real good. He'll make stuff
it
up.
was like a noun.
Trust me.
Yeah.
I've had lunch with him. He'll go into gibberish, and you just won't know.
I don't know. Did you hear that word, Brandon?
No, I think
That's
it's
it?
As long
Okay.
as you say it with authority, people go, oh
yeah,
I
I
knew
believe
that.
Yeah, it was like historia, which is the Greek word from which history is derived.
Derivative
And then
of.
there's also historiography. Maybe that's what he said. He said something like that. I'll have to go back and listen.
All right.
But another big word.
I'm delighted you're listening.
I do sometimes.
All right, you want to do
I
liner
have time.
notes?
Sure, let's do it.
All right, today a life-changing moment. All right, that's a bit over the top. But discovering this performance in video certainly changed my week. I'll tell you what, since I'm riding the hyperbole train, I'll do you one better. Seeing this literally took my breath away. Manny Patinkin is a poster boy for multi-talent. Emmy Award winner, Tony, and Golden Globe. He's a special kind of actor, an actor with a hell of a resume. His stage debut was opposite Meryl Streep at the Public Theater's Shakespeare Festival. He originated the role of Che in Andrew Lloyd Webber's Evita. He portrayed George Seurat in Sondheim's Sunday in the Park, and that's just Broadway. In television, he, of course, was on Chicago Hope and Homeland, the latter of which was President Obama's favorite program. Now, we have featured the song Over the Rainbow from 1939 by Harold Arlen and Yip Harburg, earlier last year by Judy Garland. So why again? Well, I want you to watch this, and you can't obviously now, but even listening to it is pretty extraordinary. But then go to our Facebook page, and it is really something. From a 1994 David Letterman appearance, who sets this up, so we've got a few seconds going into it. Potemkin's performance is simply sublime. Enjoy.
Do it and be a little surprised. It just, it's a showstopper.
That one there?
Yeah, that one right there.
Oh, but I don't have my pen.
Come on.
You want me to do that with the guys?
Unless you're going to break out in welts.
No, I'll try that. Can you do it? I don't know my
Come here,
key,
Paul.
though.
Let me show you. This is a little surprise here. All right. I have to show you this one. Here it is. Here's the password.
This one, okay.
You can do that, right? What do you
Know
think?
the beginning of it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I don't know.
Well, just get right to the verse. Yeah, okay. What'll I do? I'll just lay out, okay?
I think that's right. Yeah,
Okay.
I don't really know what
Does he need a microphone or something?
Where do I go?
I don't know. I just got here myself. Here,
Do this?
try this. Good luck to us all. I'll be in the hall.
First I'll do the beginning part. When all the world is a hopeless jumble and the
Dennis Day.
raindrops tumble all around, heaven opens a magic lane. Imagine the whole orchestra. When all the clouds darken up the skyway, there's a rainbow highway to be found, leading from your window pane to a place behind the sun, just a step beyond the rain. Somewhere over the rainbow, way up high, there's a land that I heard of once in a lullaby. Somewhere over the rainbow, skies are blue, and the dreams that you dare to dream really do come true. Someday I'll wish upon a star, wake up where the clouds are far behind me, where troubles melt like lemon drops, away above the chimney tops. That's where you'll find me. Somewhere over the rainbow, bluebirds fly, birds fly over the rainbow. Why, then oh why can't I? Someday I'll wish upon a star, wake up where the clouds are far behind me, where troubles melt like lemon drops, away above the chimney tops. That's where you'll find me. Somewhere over the rainbow, bluebirds fly, birds fly over the rainbow. Why, then oh why can't I? If happy little bluebirds fly beyond the rainbow, why, oh why can't I?
My God. I was getting for
Nice going.
Is that something?
Yes, he sounds the voice of an angel.
Yeah, totally.
No, completely.
I looked at you were tearing up a little bit. That is just beautiful.
Falsetto.
It is.
Beautiful falsetto.
Yeah. Anyway, that's a wonderful Manny Potemkin. Did you watch Homeland?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Claire Danes.
I loved Homeland.
Yeah.
It was so good.
Okay, I'm going to
Did you
take a
watch
chance.
Homeland?
No. Friend,
watch it,
he's flying what he and his dog are
I'm
going to watch
watching
on
the
Netflix.
Dallas Cowboys cheerleader
I know.
show still.
You're still watching that?
Yes, I am.
Is this your fifth time?
It's my second time, and I'm showing it to my brother.
Yeah.
What is it on Netflix? Netflix?
Yeah, it's on Netflix. My sister, not my sister, but my brother likes to make fun of the cheerleaders. That's what he does.
Yeah, and I have a feeling that's not the reason you watch it.
America's Sweethearts.
Yes.
Okay. Are you watching it?
No.
Okay.
I think it's great. They kick high.
They do kick. They do kick high.
Oh, it has 7 episodes.
Yeah,
I've
it's
got
good.
some stuff
Yeah,
to
you
get
just
through.
can't get enough just for one episode.
Oh my God, they're about an hour each. So
And
we're
quite
talking
a storyline.
7
Yeah,
hours
yeah.
of Dallas cheerleaders.
Uh-huh.
So you've tucked in for almost 14 hours.
And you have it for like $14.99 a month or something. So
It's worth it.
That's not a bad deal.
That's not the only cheer show on
Yeah.
Netflix.
There's
all kinds
more?
Of, yeah, there's a show called Cheer.
Where-
Cheer, Athlete A. There's other cheer shows on here.
Ooh, boy.
Yeah, we got 2
Did you cheer in high school?
2 seasons of cheer.
You probably weren't a cheerleader.
I was not a cheerleader. I'm not very I'm athletic in a different way. More in the way of like a giraffe would be athletic, you know. Kind of like
Wait
more
a
like
second.
They can run.
Wait a second. Froth and athletic like a giraffe.
yeah, like I kind of like I have really long appendages. I have really long arms and long legs.
But not a long neck.
No, not a long neck, but it's I'm kind of like gangly and awkward in a way. So it's not conducive for cheerleading. You know, cheerleading, I think you're supposed to be pretty
Pretty.
elegant.
Did you?
You know,
Did you play Trivial Pursuit?
no.
Oh, you probably did too.
I'm king of Trivial Pursuit.
Are you? I'm the king of Trivial Pursuit because I know so little about anything, but a little bit about everything.
Ooh, I can't wait
And
to
one
see
of the
this.
things I recall is one of the special abilities of a giraffe.
Purple tongue.
Yeah, but that's the adult version of the game. No, he can actually kick a lion's head off 40 yards.
No.
If they're being attacked, if he just kicks you like a mule.
Yeah.
Which will cut the pride down. They go, hang on, Bob's head just flew by. We're not going to attack this giraffe.
Oh my
Isn't
God,
that
that's
something?
pretty crazy. Well, that's like llamas can protect livestock.
Oh yeah,
I mean, they're
just
pretty-
they'll spit at you.
Well, but I think that they can hurt a predator.
Really?
Yeah, oh yeah. I think they can kick them and do all kinds of stuff. Yeah, Brandon, you got 2 seasons of the show called Cheer, which has been out
Cheer.
since 2020. It's on Netflix. You've got 6 hours per season, so you have 12
more
fresh
hours?
hours that you can watch a few times. Too.
Your dog is somewhere right. Oh, glad you went to the show. I'm so tired of that stuff.
Awesome
My
that Rachel
God.
told them about that show.
Hey, coming up next week, Dave Bard, who is the vintner at Folktale.
Oh,
And that will be interesting.
Very
We were
cool.
trying to get Greg on.
Find me
He's not
something
going to be available. Yeah, well, Greg, the owner of Folktale, started a mezcal. He has a mezcal factory in Oaxaca.
Cool.
He gave me a bottle of mezcal. We talked about that last week.
Smoky.
It's smoky, and you don't drink it like you drink tequila.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You probably sip it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Drink less water. Then on the 20th, Alexei Glick, who's a marvelous guitar player that we will hear from, and Chanel Enrique, who is the general manager of Koombah.
Oh, love.
Since Tim retired,
Right.
and hopefully
Gosh, I keep
she will be here to
forgetting that.
chat. Then what else we got? No show on the 27th.
Okay.
And then on the 17th, we'll talk to hopefully Chris Devers and Adam Joseph from Rancho Cielo, because by then I will be able to make the announcement of the big deal.
Good.
Remember?
Thank God.
Jazz at the Ranch coming October 18th through 20th with Chris Kane, Nicholas Beard with Full Spectrum Jazz, Sarah McKenzie, and can't say it
I know.
because
Soon.
of the contract.
Next week, right?
No,
Or no?
I can't say it till August 11th.
You can't say it until
No.
August 11th.
No.
You've had to keep this inside.
Now, if I was thinking about buying tickets, and I'm saying to myself, why can't he say it till after August 11th?
Right.
I'd be looking at venues throughout the Peninsula and Bay Area and saying,
Trying to
who's
put
playing
together-
on the 11th that
Super
he
smart.
can't bring up? See, that's what I would do.
Super
But
smart.
what do I know?
Super smart.
Hey, I know we began the show by talking about the Veteran Transition Center. I want to do another shout out to them and for their kindness and having me involved in that wonderful project. Which, as I was saying from the stage, that great events begin, or rather, great traditions begin in small events. And so that's going to happen every year, and we're really excited about that. And
Very excited.
kudos to them. And I'd love to get Ralph Spoon back in here, the veteran.
Yeah, let's do
This
it.
is one of the best shows we ever did. What a good guy.
He was great.
He was such a good guy.
Yeah.
So,
He was
anyway.
great.
Have I stalled long enough?
No, you had 2 more minutes. I know.
2 minutes?
It's not even that long. You could just tell us about, like,
I was going to talk about cultural froth.
froth.
Yeah.
What else? Yeah, what's going on with the cultural froth?
I don't know.
I'm trying to think.
I don't know.
Bubbling.
What's going on? What's
It's
going
bubbling.
on in
The
Shular?
froth is bubbling.
What's up in Shular? Do you have
Chular.
any sheep tails?
No, we had to close the zoo. The snail died.
The snails died. Okay, so you were snail
that's-
farming.
Nobody's
okay.
coming there anymore.
All right.
You like escargot, Brandon?
No.
No, I do. Anything that grows on a wall, I'll eat.
Yeah. God.
I'm not a big
You know the key word? Have you ever seen the word on the word escargot on a menu without the words butter and garlic?
No.
No. See, as you just put butter and garlic, you go, oh, I'll eat it. Yeah.
I've never had escargot. That's not.
Oh, you've never had- it's good.
No.
Did
I'm
you have
not
to eat a
very
mealworm in
adventurous
high
eater.
school?
No, I'm
No.
not. No, I was
They didn't
actually.
make you do that in bio
They
class?
tried to make me do all kinds of stuff in high school. I didn't do none of it. I have excellent boundaries when it comes to peer
Yeah.
pressure. You try to peer pressure me, I want to do it less.
What about in kindergarten? Did you eat the green eggs and ham?
No, absolutely not. I did exactly what I wanted to do in kindergarten, which was no. I didn't. I was very, very.
Did you bring like a Persian rug so you had like a nice place to lay down?
Maybe I liked comfort in kindergarten,
Yeah.
but I went to Catholic school, which I
Oh,
actually
that's
really
so
liked
bad.
because I knew the rules.
You knew the rules.
You know, I knew you.
And you didn't roll your skirt up?
No.
Did you go to
I had a
Catholic high
jumper.
school?
No, we wore a jumper.
Okay,
You
but
couldn't
you
roll
were
your
in
skirt.
elementary, not high school.
I was in elementary.
Because
so
my
yeah.
wife would talk about they'd roll their skirts
That's what
up
you did
and
in
then
high
they'd
school, but-
sneak out and smoke cigarettes.
I know, but I didn't go to Catholic high school. I wondered too, like some of the I don't know, some of the kids I went to Catholic school with in elementary school, when I would re-see them in high school, I mean, they're getting in more trouble than me.
Yeah.
They were a little naughtier than me, to tell you the truth. But a lot of girls did that in high school. But when you were in elementary school, you had the jumper, couldn't be rolled up.
What's the difference between a jumper and a romper?
I think a romper is more. Well, the jumper is like a dress.
A romper doesn't have a
There's
parachute.
nothing- yeah, a jumper is like it's just a dress. Whereas like
Okay.
a romper, I think that's more like shorts under. Like you've got it's attached to shorts.
Okay.
Which is kind of awkward because like with a dress, you can just maneuver. Whereas
I'll take your word for it.
With like a romper,
She's
you've got
right
to
on
take
this.
the whole thing off.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
She's right.
That's the hard part.
Yeah.
So anyway.
Okay.
Just to like pee, you have to take the whole thing off.
Oh my god.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's
how
a bummer.
frustrating.
It's totally frustrating. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I know, and especially if you're in like a bathroom that's
Well,
doesn't. It's like a.
If you got to pee, you may as well start somewhere.
You gotta pee. You gotta pee.
You
I
gotta
know.
pee.
That's enough. We're done.
Well, on that high note,
That's enough.
the A train coming in.
She should be.
Not a minute too soon.
We need her. We need
All
her
right.
immediately.
Happy birthday tomorrow, Brandon.
Thank you.
Happy birthday,
Are you going to make
Brando.
it? You're coughing about it. I'm a little worried about you.
Oh no, I'm fine. I'm trooping through it.
You're trooping through it? Well, call Brandon's dog. Tell Doug he's coming home. Turn the TV on, and we're going to have to watch more cheerleaders. We can't watch the Westminster Dog Show, boss. No. The A train's on its way in. We are on our way out. As always, this show has been for Mark and for Georgianne. Thanks to John Fitzpatrick and Dr. John, the good folks at the Eliza Jane. So excited about getting there until next Saturday at noon here on Santa Cruz Voice and anytime on Spotify when we once again raise the standards. I'm Jacoby. I'll see you soon.
I don't think I'll watch the cheer show just because it's like a cheer show. Yeah, that's what. It was so funny. He's just working. So he works at Hook and Line downtown. Make a lot of money. Yeah, well, it's like $2 grand a paycheck. Yeah, right. Also works in Jersey.
Should miss the train.
That's what I was thinking.